Would you sleep with sick women?
I may be pregnant, but I am still a man.
Spank the unruly ones.
It's indecent, it's vulgar, it's blasphemous.
I'm gonna ride you till you can't stand up.
Come on, let's go down.
All right, keep your shirt on.
LoveLine's meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Here's LoveLine with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
All right, Drew, yes. I am Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. He is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. And tonight, Charlotte Ross is going to be in the studio. She is a hot and shapely blonde who plays Pauly Shore's stepmother in the Pauly Show.
Stepmother?
Yes, stepmother.
I didn't realize that was the role. Interesting.
True. That's where the comedy is. Don't you understand?
Got it.
It's a stepmom. Polly's living at home. He's trying to sponge off the man. The stepmom comes in and kicks a little ass.
Got it.
Same thing that happened to me in my life, except for no one lived in a mansion and we weren't arguing over who got to keep the silver-plated swizzle sticks. It was more like, hey, get the nappy-headed kid out of the garage.
Your stepmom looked like Charlotte?
No. No. Nobody looks like Charlotte but Charlotte. She is quite a piece of blonde butt.
Come on.
And I didn't use the A word out of respect. No, Charlotte's a lot of fun. We had her on the TV show, so we'll talk to her. And Polly's 9:30 tomorrow night on the Fox Network. All right. Also, she mentioned right before we went in that she had a little slumber party last night with a bunch of chicks. So we'll dissect that. All right, Drew, I got email here. Did I give the phone number out?
Probably not.
1-800-LOVE-191, and the fax number is 310-854-4455. All right, Drew, I want to talk about GLAAD for a minute.
Really?
Do you not want to talk about that? Are you too big a wuss?
No, I'll talk about it.
I'd like to talk about this for a second. We did the TV show over the weekend.
Yeah.
And the TV show got a letter from GLAAD. GLAAD is the Gay and Lesbian Anti-Defamation
Alliance Against
Department or something.
Right.
Is that what that is?
Basically, yeah.
Yes. Nobody deserves the acronym GLAAD less than those people. You've never seen a bunch of more pissed off people in your life. Writing letters to everyone, by the way.
All right.
All right, so the TV show, the LoveLine TV show, gets a letter from GLAAD, and they're PO'd. And they said...
there's a huge irony in it.
The ironic thing is it was not aimed toward me, but to Dr. Drew.
It's just unbelievable. But, okay.
Now, why was GLAAD aimed toward you? You champion the gay cause.
No,
Drew.
really. Yeah, I know I do. But it's mostly...
GLAAD should be kissing your ass.
Well,
come on.
But it's mostly because we're still trying to master that medium that we call television.
All right.
And apparently I looked as...
Stop backpedaling. What'd you say?
I look as though I'm tolerating giggling and sort of making fun of when it's inappropriate.
What'd you say? What'd you say that got the letter?
That was one of the thing I saw you write a note here. The one thing that you liked was that anal sex was not a loving act.
Right. One of our guests and
said it in passing, and I said, yeah.
Right. And wasn't this? You didn't say yeah, but
no, I went. I guess it's not a loving act, but it was sort of an passing comment.
Here's the deal: we have a lot of guests; they ramble on, and what you try to do is you try to steer it back toward the call. So whatever it is, they go. They go. I think what Hitler did was right, and you go, yeah, Hitler was a good guy. All right, let's get back to the phone.
It's exactly the context in which that happened.
Right, because if you disagree with them, then an argument breaks out, and then you never get back to the phone.
In fact, if I remember what I said was, I'm not sure it's a loving act, or maybe it is not a loving act. I don't know.
All right, but let's look
because I don't know.
Let's look at the context. Wasn't that a woman calling saying that a guy had been trying to perform sodomy on her?
Yes.
And that
and it was a female guest talking about it.
And that she was in pain over it, and that she had hemorrhoids, and that she did not want to participate in this.
Something
so
like
you
that.
said within the context of that is not a loving act.
Yeah.
Here's the deal with you people and any causes you have. Anybody. I don't care what your group is. I don't care if you're gay, if it's Mexican-American, black, Asian.
But the gun people.
The gun people, the fat white separatists, whatever your little niche is in life. First off, I trust no one with a niche. But number two, when you start harping over nothing, then everyone goes, oh, I see, you're idiots. Well, I didn't know that. I thought GLAAD was I thought it was a reputable organization, but I see you harp over nothing. Now you're a bunch of whining idiots. I guess we don't have to listen to you about anything anymore.
Now, by the way, the letter was actually kind of nice.
Oh, it was.
And it was just sort of alerting us to some stuff. It helped me, frankly, and so I was able. It did. Because look, I'm trying to still contain the propriety of what we do in both here and there, and that's a new environment.
All right. What was the other beef?
There's a bunch of them. There's a whole list.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I only got 2. I only got that one and the sexual ambivalent one.
Oh, yeah, that was another big one.
Yeah, all right. Now, what was that one?
That I led people to believe that there was no such thing as bisexuality.
Right. Because, again, within the context of the call, it was some 18-year-old calling up saying...
15-year-old.
I've never been with a man, but I think I like men. I was molested when I was 6 by my uncle. I had a girlfriend once, but we never did anything. I think I'm bisexual.
Right.
In which case, Drew chimed in and said, I don't know if you're bisexual. I think you're confused.
Right.
I think that's sexual ambivalence.
Right.
I don't think you know what you want.
Right.
Oh, boy, let's get out the letters. Please, people, pick legitimate causes and go after them. Stop wasting your time. You look like fools. You really do. You embarrass yourself when you do that. When you go after guys like Drew, you embarrass yourself. You make an ass out of yourself. Stop making asses out of yourself.
Go after something appropriate like
That's right.
Adam.
That's right. Go after me. Go after all the other idiots who are on the air. Go after Jimmy Swaggart or whatever other targets are in your crosshairs. But Drew, of all people, for Christ's sake, nobody loves the gay and the lesbian organization more than Drew. Am I right, Drew?
I guess so.
Don't laugh. You'll get another letter.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Okay,
I
good.
responded to them, and I actually did appreciate that.
Topic number 2.
Yeah.
Baywatch.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about this.
Speaking about something caught in your crosshairs, this has really gotten you, hasn't it?
Well, think about this for a second.
I know what this is going to be.
We had someone on from Baywatch, and I was saying the time of Baywatch. And Baywatch runs...
Sunday afternoon or something.
Sunday afternoon. Baywatch is huge. It's nationally syndicated, and it's hard to find out what time Baywatch is on because it's on a loop, just continuously. I think Channel 13 is the Baywatch channel out here. But anyway... It does run on Sundays, and you have to check your local listings. Out here in Los Angeles, it runs at noon. Sunday, the holy day. My people's Sabbath. Sunday, the day he rested. Sunday. You understand? The church-going day. Sunday. Okay. At noon. Smack dab in the middle of the morning there. Noon. All right. Now, our show runs late at night. TV or radio, doesn't matter. It's late night. Why is it late night, Drew?
Safe harbor. Adam.
Safe harbor. Why? Why do we have to be within the safe harbor?
Because the material is difficult.
Content.
Yeah.
Little racy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we say the word penis. Now, that's offensive to a lot of people. It's perfectly fine to have a bunch of chicks who've had silicone implants running in slow motion down the beach, which, by the way, I'm all for. Don't get me wrong on this riff.
But to grossly objectify the women in a sexual fashion.
Right. 100% objectification there.
Right.
I mean, you're doing it pure titillation. Half the people that watch Baywatch don't even have the sound up. It's the biggest show in internationally because no one needs to understand it. I don't even think they dub it over. I think Hasselhoff just speaks in English, and the German ratings are going through the roof because it's a one long slow-motion montage of Pamela Anderson jogging down the beach.
And this is Donna D'Erico from Baywatch.
Oh, yes, and Donna D'Erico. This is acceptable. This is fine. This sort of titillation for the sake of titillation is perfectly fine.
And that's right.
What are they hiding? I mean, what are they saying? We're teaching people how to save lives with strap-on orange buoys or something? No, this is ridiculous. They do nothing, pure titillation and ratings. Sunday, noon. Right in the middle of the day. We have to go on at night because we're talking about important issues.
Well, here's
and the word penis gets mentioned in the middle of the important issue.
Right.
Please, people, get your priorities straight out there. For Christ's sake, we got a whole land full of morons. And then, I don't want to riff too long here, but this whole B of A shootout thing took place in the old North Hollywood area. Just last thing, and then I'm getting to this is my hometown, this neighborhood.
It's like within blocks of where you grew up, isn't it?
Yes. And I thought I was going to be the one to put... Huh? Lisa does? 2 streets away? You all right, baby?
Oh, my God. Is that all right?
Were
Were you there during it? Oh, my goodness.
All right, but I'll check you for superficial wounds during the commercial break,
Adam,
just to make sure everything's fine, Lisa.
I'm very sorry, but you are not going to be the reason North Hollywood is known throughout the world.
I thought I was going to put it on the map, and then I realized pornography is putting it on the map, and now violence is putting North Hollywood on the map, so I guess I'll just be third. But here's the thing I was thinking about. They pulled these guys over. You know, these two guys.
Oh,
I don't know if you've been listening to the news.
Glendale.
Yeah, they lived in Altadena, which is one of Drew's digs. And they pulled these guys over, a year ago or whatever, a few years ago, and for speeding. And by the way, you're an idiot when you're speeding with an arsenal in your trunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hell, I got hit off a joint. I'm driving 4 miles an hour. And these guys got a whole arsenal in their trunk, and they're speeding. Anyway, they pulled these two guys over 2 years ago. They pop open the trunk. They find AK-47s with 100-round clips or boxes.
1,000 rounds of ammunition.
Right, 1,000 rounds of ammunition, but 100, 100 at a time.
Right.
They find armor-piercing bullets. They find a police scanner. They find a black ski mask, and the guys are packing 9mm. All right. Now, what do they do with these guys? They put them in jail, and they stay there for 3 months, and then they're out to destroy the neighborhood. That's fine. Why? There's not that much room in jail. Why, Drew? Why isn't there that much room in jail? I'll tell you why. Yes, thank you, Engineer Mike. It only took you 45 minutes to come in at that. Consensual crimes. We got prostitutes in there. We got Johns in there. We got pimps in there. We got who do you want? It's a society. Who do you want locked up? These two guys with a rolling arsenal, ski mask and police scanners, or some guy who's got a couple of hemp plants growing out on his backyard? Who's the guy we need to have locked up? Who is the bigger threat to society? Who poses that threat, Drew? What the hell is going on with this country? We need dangerous, violent people put away for long periods of time, and we do not need the guy who's selling a couple hits of acid at a Grateful Dead concert so he can get his VW van fixed put away for 8 years. Do you realize that guy who was selling acid at the Grateful Dead concert, still in jail, was there before these guys went in, and will be there after they got out? What is that? Come on, everybody, wake up. Please, I want the law enforcement to deal with things we care about, not stuff we could give a rat's ass about. All right, Mike, that's enough of that. All right, Drew, ready to get some calls?
Sure. I feel kind of catharsis.
You do. Andy.
Yeah?
You're 15.
Yeah, today, I was supposed to take some garbage out, and, I did, and then, there was some grease on the floor, and I told my dad, and, I opened up, I got some paper towels and stuff, and I, started cleaning it up, and, I don't know, something he didn't like the way I was cleaning up, and so he started hitting me.
Has he ever hit you before?
Yeah.
Well, that's not all right. You don't have to put up with that.
Well, what's he going to do?
Well, have you ever reported this to anyone?
No, I told him today I was going to call the cops, and he's just like, oh, F you, you can call the cops, and he just started hitting me some more.
Is he drinking at the time when he does this?
No, he doesn't drink.
Where's your mom?
Really?
Where's your mom?
She's here, she knows about it.
And she doesn't do anything to stop it, or doesn't want you to report it?
No.
Does he hit her too?
No.
Does he? Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have a twin sister and a little sister.
And what's he doing to them?
Yeah, it's my twin sister, but I'm a little sister.
Randy, you got
to stop this guy.
Yeah.
Believe me.
There's a Child Protective Services, Department of Social Services. There are things out there for you.
What is the number?
Man, let me see if I got a number here. I've got a let's see here. I've got a 24-hour youth crisis line that can give you referrals. It's 1-800-522-8336. Can you do that? You write that down?
Yeah, hang on, please.
1-800.
Hang on.
Well, let him get a pen.
I'm going to get a pen.
All right, here's why this guy needs to be stopped, so that Andy doesn't kick my ass 10 years from now when he takes this inner rage and turns it against society.
Are you there, Andy? I'm gonna give him two numbers. We got a Child Help USA number too. It's deals with child abuse. And this is abuse. This is physical abuse of children.
Well,
and, wake up, parents. It is not okay to hit kids.
No, Andy.
Huh?
Andy, where'd you go to Fort Lauderdale to get that pencil?
No, my parents are all sleeping.
All right, it's two numbers: 1-800-422-4453.
4453?
Yeah, 422-4453. That is a 24-hour hotline for abuse. Then there's another number, 1-800-522-8336. You got that one?
1-800-522-8336.
That's another number that you can call if the first one isn't satisfactory for you.
All right, listen, Andy.
Yeah.
But you're taking a very healthy
True.
step
What-
forward.
Was
But
I saying something?
No,
What's going
it
on
could be as
there,
important
Drew?
what I was going to say. Go ahead.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Go ahead.
Wow.
Sorry.
All right. Andy.
Yeah.
Don't leave that piece of paper with these numbers on it lying around.
Yeah.
Don't put it in your pocket and have your mom wash your pants and find it. Don't leave it on your nightstand. Believe me, kids screw up all the time this way. The guy might find it and go ballistic or what have you. Don't do that. Keep the number in the same place you keep your pot and, call it tonight. Okay, because there's really not a lot Drew and I can do other than tell you to call this number and that you should call it.
Yeah, that this is not right. You shouldn't put up with this, and your sense that you needn't put up with it is very healthy.
Right. All right. John, 27, you're on LoveLine.
Yeah, hi, Dr. Drew and
Andy.
Andy, sorry.
That's okay.
I have a question about my fiance.
Yeah.
We've been going out for about 4 years now, and we're planning on getting married in this December. And she thinks that it's perfectly fine to continue to go out at night and even to go out with some of her guy friends, not on dates or anything, but we live in Detroit, so she goes skiing every once in a while and rollerblading too. And I don't think that I approve of that.
Does she know you don't approve of it?
Yeah, she does.
And she just tells you the hell with it. She's doing it no matter what.
Yeah, kind of.
Does she plan to do it after you're married?
We've talked about it, and I've tried to tell her that I'd prefer her not to, and I'm not sure what her thinking is on that.
She's not clear with you what she's going to do.
Right.
How old is she?
She's 28.
Uh-huh. Yeah, usually you get that crap out of your system by the time you're 25. So she's not fooling around or anything.
No.
She's just going out and having a good time.
Right.
What's she do during the day?
She works. She's actually just got a new job with a large clothing manufacturing store.
And she doesn't have any problem making it up in the morning and getting to work?
No.
And she doesn't want to include you on these activities?
No, she's asked me, but I know it's the kind of ask where I prefer you not to come, but I just feel like I should ask you.
Maybe you're just projecting that on her because of your low self-esteem.
What do you, I'm not sure.
Well, don't laugh. You never know.
No, it could be. But why don't you go? I'm not quite clear.
Well, a lot of times, due to my job, I work for, I don't know if I can say, a large automobile manufacturer.
Detroit. So we have three choices.
Daihatsu?
And I have to travel. And during my travel, when I get home from my travels, I'm a little bit exhausted a lot of times. And so I prefer to do things with her and I together rather than having to go out.
And she won't do that.
She feels like she's obligated to go out with these other people instead.
All right. It doesn't sound like she's ready to get married because, listen, just because you exchange a ring and take a vow doesn't mean you change. It's just another day. I mean, you're one day more mature. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It doesn't make all the difference in the world.
Well, no, it can. People can commit themselves, but she is unwilling or unable to for some reason, or maybe doesn't even understand the impact she's having on him.
But the irony is 5 years into the marriage, you're dying for the person to get their ass out of the house. Oh, you couldn't wait. I mean, when I was living with my girlfriend years ago, just after living together for a year and a half. Oh, if she went out, man, I was holding the door. Go on, stay out all night, enjoy. You just, Drew, you don't have that with your wife, do you?
We have kids.
Okay. All right. Anyway, John.
Yeah.
Tell her how you feel, and if it's a big issue, I would postpone the marriage until you sort it out.
Absolutely. Don't get married if there's questions. If you don't think you should.
Yes. Everybody, stop getting married, especially when you're heading into it with some. It should never get better than when you're about to get married because it's all downhill from there. You know what I mean? We have a lot of we have a lot of people calling up saying, my boyfriend cheated on me. I still don't forgive him. We're getting married next week. My girlfriend, she's bisexual. She brings partners. I don't approve. We're getting married next Tuesday. This is a bad time to get married. Settle these things and then get married. Or maybe don't get married. All right. Bob.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Bob. You're 24.
Yes, I sure am tonight. First of all, I have one really brief question. I would just like to know when you guys are going to have the Bobcat back on again.
Good question.
Some of the most entertaining television I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, on TV.
Well, you want him back on radio?
Anywhere, man.
Yeah, man. Perhaps he'll fart on me again. For those of you
Maybe
who...
so.
For those, hold on a second, Bob. For those of you who missed that episode of the TV show, I believe we broke new ground while breaking new wind on TV. I don't know. I think maybe early, like Connie Francis may have farted on Mike Douglas in the mid-'70s, but that was the only time it happened, and that was daytime. Bobcat Goldthwait broke wind on me during the TV show, and it was audible. Wasn't it, Bob?
It sure was. You could hear it loud and clear.
He didn't lean over and break wind. He stood up. He put his ass in my shoulder and chin area.
You got blasted, dude.
And he farted on me. And it happened because we had him on the radio show 2 nights earlier, and I was talking to him out in the parking lot, and I farted on him, so it was a little payback action. But we'll have Bob.
Let's get him on radio.
We'll get Bob on the radio. I'll call Bob up. I'll tell him to have some pinto beans and Pepsi and come on that night. It'll be a big fartathon.
Love to hear it. I'd have a couple questions for him myself. Actually, I am in between a relationship rock and a hard place here. I have just gotten out of a committed 3-year relationship plus a near 4th year with a pregnancy and young child in there. She's now 6 weeks old, and she's a little angel, love of my life. However, things weren't working out between Mom and I. Intensified periods just kind of got shorter and shorter and more intensified. So decided it was not a healthy situation to bring a child up in, and are kind of moving on, both taking care of our baby daughter.
All right. What's the question?
Okay. I'm trying to move on and get my life together, and meanwhile still be a father to my child. I'm kind of at a point where I would like to go out and date, but I don't want to fall into like a rebound thing where if I start getting feelings for somebody, I just fall completely unaware of what I'm doing,
All right, good.
Into old feelings.
All right, Bob, quiet now.
Okay.
Let's listen to your inner voice for a second instead of your outer voice. That's a good instinct. You just got over a tough, rocky relationship, but take 6 months off. Don't rebound so fast,
okay.
And don't get yourself involved. Then do this, and here's what everyone should do, out of respect for not only their ex, but respect for themselves. And I've always done this, by the way. One of the few healthy paths I've taken in my life. When I'm done with a relationship, I will take 6 months off, and I will examine the relationship. What I did, I don't dump it all on the other person. Oh, she was a bitch. I'm so glad to be. I just try to figure whatever it is I did to screw it up. Sometimes I go back, these are the therapy times. Go back into therapy, you sit around for a few months, you sort of hash things out a little bit. And it's the best time because all the wounds are wide open at that point. You just got over a very emotional breakup. And this is the time to just sit still, reflect a little, listen to a little Cat Stevens, figure out what went wrong. And then you can go in and be that much less crappy when you get into your next relationship. I don't say that much better, just less crappy. That's what everyone should be striving for in relationships. You start out real crappy, and you try to whittle the crap down as you go till you get to a point where there's just a little bit of feces on you. All right, Drew?
All
right. You want to sell the next one? Or all right.
No.
Meanwhile, as the faceless evil closes in on the hapless, sleeping populace, across town in a shanty one-bedroom, an old woman feeds her parakeet.
Come on, Chirpy, have some cheese. You love cheese. Since when are you afraid of cheese?
LoveLine will be right back.
Saying? Nothing good? Okay. we put these earphones on, and then the guest pipes up. No one says anything until my earphones go on. I can't hear a damn word, and then I just say, ow, ow, ow. All right, but it wasn't important, was it, Charlotte?
No.
Okay. That is the voice of Charlotte Ross. You can find her tomorrow night on the Fox Network, 9:30.
Polly.
On the Polly Show.
Yeah.
You play the conniving stepmother.
I do. The manipulative woman with an agenda.
Mm-hmm.
She likes materialistic things, but she's a fun character to play.
Yeah, and they do you up kind of like what they do with like Fran Drescher.
Yeah, it's very subtle. I show no skin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
she comes out there with pasties on. It's awesome. It's awesome. And no bottoms, but the way they do the camera, she'll stand in front of a vase or something that'll protect her crotch. It's really breakthrough
It's
TV.
a little risque.
Well, that's fine. Hey, listen, TV, they're not, well, they are idiots. TV people are idiots. Yes.
Not Fox,
come
not
on,
Fox.
Come on. These guys are idiots. TV people are idiots, but they're smart idiots in the sense that they know what works.
Hey, Married with Children, 11 seasons.
Right.
We're following Married with Children when it's the same type of humor, very,
right.
Again, subtle.
The New York Review, not to get off the mark too much here, but the New York Review of Books this week, there's a new book on television, a history of television. And it's basically this guy's musing in this book is if Mozart sonatas can increase the complexity of our brain and raise our consciousness, he believes that Married with Children could actually lower it.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to buy one argument, you might as well buy the other. Right. But not this Polly. This is this is intellectual
this is different.
stuff.
Very, a lot of research.
Well, look, yeah, if you're going to tune in for Married with Children, then where are you going when Polly comes on?
I
mean,
know.
you got
I hope you're staying put.
Yeah, you got
We got a great cast: Amy Hill, Kevin Weissman, David Dukes,
and not the white supremacist.
Slacker Polly.
And
the Weasel.
Who is is David Dukes play Pop?
He plays Polly's father,
right.
who I get engaged to at the beginning of the series. So I become Polly's stepmother.
Right. And how old do you play, and how old does Polly play?
We play the same age.
Oh, you do?
28.
Because in real life, you're close to the same age, right?
Exactly the same age. We graduated high school the same year.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
You graduated?
I did. I really did.
I'm just yanking your chain.
With a ceramics major like Adam?
All right, please, Drew. Listen, I'm a big
Really?
star now. Don't bring that up.
Oh,
Yes, I was a ceramics major in high school. Thank God. Oh, because I've parlayed that into millions over the years. Where'd you go to high school? Where'd you grow up?
Winnetka, a suburb just north of Chicago, and Paulie went to Beverly Hills High. So
Right.
we have different backgrounds.
And what happened? You realized you were real good looking about 18 or 19 and wanted to get into showbiz?
Yeah, that was it. No, I love acting, and drama's actually been the main thing that I've been doing, but I did a series last season called The Five Mrs. Buchanans with Judith Ivey and Eileen Heckert and some fabulous, really strong women actresses, and I really learned a lot from them and my comedy, and I really love comedy, especially going back and forth, because drama, especially if you're playing heroin addicts or down and outs like I have,
Right.
it gets very draining, so it's fun to go back to comedy and lighten up and try to be funny.
Isn't this one of the you've done more drama than you've done comedy throughout your career.
Yeah.
So this must be a nice relief.
Yeah, it is. Every character is going to be boring after this character.
And what about because it's almost a Cruella de Vil in a way. I mean, it's a caricature more than it is a character, and you can
we
go
try to
way
make
overboard.
a little realism with it. But yeah, for example, Polly has a flashback of me becoming Faye Dunaway in Mommy Dearest, and we shot it in black and white, and I'm screaming no wire hangers. Stan Zimmerman and Jim Berg are really, really great writers, and it's a really fun show. And most movies and TV things that I do, I'm always ready to move on. And on this show, I don't want it to end. It's so much fun. It's a really funny show. But God, I really going on and on about this show. Let's move on.
Don't overdo it, because it could just be lukewarm, and then people are going to call it pissed off. Now, you guys have done how many episodes now?
8.
Oh, and then you find out after the first week or something. How's this work?
Oh, TV.
When do they tell you?
It depends on the network.
Uh-huh.
You never really know. All they know, they really go by the ratings. So if people like it, we stay.
Fox, I think Fox was supposed to cancel Married with Children like 15 years ago, but the guy just got stoned and forgot, and it just kept going on. Maybe that'll happen here. All right, so they'll tell you. So you basically have to you'll know the ratings after tomorrow night.
Oh, the producers aren't even going to go to sleep Monday night.
Oh,
They're going
really?
to be calling all night.
I'll tell you, it is a cutthroat business, and you want to know why actors and entertainers and these people get paid quite a bit is because you never know where your next gig. And I'm not casting shadows on you, but what I mean is you do 8 episodes, and hopefully it works out. But if it doesn't, you're on to your next.
In the meantime,
gig.
I'm shooting a movie right now, so you try to cover your bases.
Right, and if they paid you $8.50 an hour, you'd be screwed. And what movie are you shooting?
An October Films movie called Donuts. Boaz Davidson's directing.
What's an October's Films?
They did my 2 favorite movies of this year, Breaking the Waves and Secrets and Lies. They're a really cool company.
Yeah, well, Breaking the Waves is getting huge.
Yeah, have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it, but it's all the rave with the Oscar nominations.
Good. Have you seen Secrets and Lies? You haven't seen anything.
I don't know. Does anything blow up in
These
any one
are
of those?
2 women nominated for Best Actress. Incredible.
Have
you seen Sling Blade?
Yes, I've seen Sling Blade. I have.
Can you talk like him?
No, I can't. I think
Yes,
I
you
talk like that
can.
normally. All right, let's take a call, and and I want to get to the slumber party you had last night.
Oh, yeah.
Did my name come up at all?
It did. We talked about you for about an hour and a half.
You are so full of crap. But if they
I said it's true. He's hot.
All right, let's talk about that now then.
No, let's go
What?
to calls. Come on.
Yeah.
All right.
Dr. Drew's like, come on.
Charlotte's really hottie, isn't she, Drew?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And you'd only let good-looking girls come to the slumber party, right?
They were. Well,
Like little actress friends?
No. Actually, they
No.
weren't actress friends, but they were all adorable.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to get all into that after we take a call. Katie.
Hi. I'm on several antidepressants, and I've been having sex life since I was 13, and I'm 18 now, and I can't have an orgasm.
You've never had one.
Never.
And how long have you been on the antidepressants?
I've been fine on those
No. How long have you been on them?
since I've been 13.
Okay. Well, first of all, it's not that unusual for someone by your age never to have experienced that.
Mm-hmm.
But certainly it is the case that these antidepressant medications can make it a lot more difficult, if not impossible.
And it's really becoming a problem with my boyfriend. He just doesn't get it.
Well, you can try different kinds. So I've heard.
Really?
No.
What do you got in your purse?
Which?
Oh, I'm into all that therapy.
What are you
Well,
taking right
spill
now,
it,
Katie?
baby.
What are you taking, Katie?
I'm taking Paxil,
Yeah.
Depakote, and Buspar.
All right. There's a new antidepressant called Serazone
Uh-huh.
that could potentially replace Paxil. And you might want to talk to your doctor about it. That's the one that would be most likely to be suppressing your orgasmic function. Be careful when you come off the Paxil. There is a little withdrawal syndrome associated with that. It can be kind of unpleasant.
All right, Charlotte, what do you know about this stuff?
Oh, you date in L.A.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
kidding.
No, you can't date someone who's, I mean, everyone here's like, they're really like the medicine cabinet. They have like drugs just spilling out of them, whether either illegal or legal. Everyone's
Sunset
on something.
Boulevard, they're all over.
So you've gone out with a few guys that have.
Oh, we better stop here. I can't get into that.
No, we don't have to get into names, but it does affect your sexual function, does it not? These
Yeah. I've talked to
antidepressants?
some people that say it definitely does, and decide not to stay on it because of that.
Yeah,
That-
but
that's
of
the-
course,
it's-
because that's going to make you depressed.
It's the most
Yes.
the most common complaint about Prozac.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And when they got off it, was it the back on? Is that all right? Man?
Yes, it was.
All right.
It was back on.
All right. Listen, we got to go to break. When we come back,
One call.
Listen. Look, what do you care? You don't. You
wants
know
to
you're getting
work.
paid for nothing. What do you care? You sit there.
Oh, please.
Just sit back and enjoy
Now,
the ride.
boys.
I'm driving this bus, baby.
Are you going to give me the advice to be mean to you again?
No. All right, Charlotte. When we come back, I want to talk to you about this slumber party and find out what went on.
We know you want to talk about it. We
That's
know.
all right. Everyone wants to know about the slumber party.
Yeah, it's fun. Girls' night out. We should
Right.
do it more often.
All right, and we'll cram through some calls. Don't worry, Drew, and we'll find out about the slumber party all after this.
The voices are trying to throw me off while I'm trying to concentrate on this.
Okay, you're safe.
Thank you. LoveLine will be right back.
LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. The phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. Charlotte Ross is our guest. Yay. You can find her on Polly tomorrow night on Fox, 9:30, right after Married with Children. Yes. All right. So when we left off, we were talking about the slumber party you threw last night.
It was one of those things that just kind of happened. We went rollerblading, and I'd actually met most of the girls that night.
Really?
Actually, that day at a friend's birthday party, and we said all of us are recently single, I think, and we all said, we should really just have a girls' night out and just, be happy being single and go out and have fun.
Yes.
So we had a great time, and then we decided to get our sleeping bags and have a slumber party.
Uh-huh. And what'd you do?
Oh,
They
we
slept.
talked.
Shut up, Joe. What?
Talked about a lot of things, about
naughty talk.
Adam and what he does at
I'd
night.
love to believe that.
Would you?
But really, was there any talk about how far have you gone on the first date?
It's funny.
Or,
someone did pick up a fork or something and say.
Come on, give me the naughty talk. Was there naughty talk?
I was with someone that was as skinny as this. That was funny.
Oh, I see.
It was a fork.
You guys talk about penises? You compare penises?
That sometimes that's brought up. Yeah.
All right, what was the? I know it is. You can't get more.
You know what the
What?
final decision was actually was more of the girth instead of the length.
More important for the girth.
Yeah, that's what was the final
Rather be
decision.
with like more important.
Right, Vanessa?
Rather. Oh, I see. And that's not her porn name either. That's her real name.
No.
All right, so you guys decided. Because this is important, because we Drew and I speak hypothetically about penis width all day long until we're blue in the face.
I had that feeling when I met you.
But we never, and women always say, well, it doesn't matter what the size is as long as the guy's a sensitive lover, but I never quite believe him. Is it width more than size?
It's definitely, in my opinion, how you use it. I mean, who wouldn't agree with that? But it'd be nice if you had something to use.
Right. All right, so
let's go to a call.
If you're going to use something, you might as well be there. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, you want to know it's there.
But
men's preoccupation with something being large is not necessarily important to most women. It just needs to be big enough.
All right. Charlotte,
right. And love happens to play a factor sometimes too.
All right. But it's kind of nice. I mean, doesn't it add to the whole sexual experience to have just a more, I mean, if you look at it this way, what is the man's sex organ? Is it his calf? Is it his tricep? Is it his
chest?
Is his chest, or is it his penis? I'm going with penis. You have everything.
Well, what do you think about a woman?
Well, all right. Thank you for bringing this up. And I will get to that in 1 second. Here's what I'm saying. You have all the parts I mentioned except for the penis part.
I hope so.
So wouldn't you want to have more of that? I'm a big breast man.
Oh, you are?
Yes, I enjoy the big breasts. Why? Because I don't have breasts, and my job is to find more of what I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
You like the natural?
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah. You're natural, right?
You betcha.
Yeah.
If
Really?
I'm Polly, I'm a little Hollywoodized.
What do they do? Like give you like a pull-up bra or something?
Let's just say I look like... I don't know.
Do you have reservations about, do they ever hand you anything and you go, no, I won't wear this?
No, I knew when I took on this character that was part of the joke, is really how over the top I am, almost an Ivana Trump type tease till you die hairspray thing.
Right.
So it's actually really funny.
All right, and you're single?
I am single.
Yeah, well, you'll get a guy out of this gig. Easy. Ever had sex with Polly?
No, but he likes to talk about it.
It's in the contract. If you get renewed, that's part of it. Darby, 16. Darby?
Darby?
She's sleeping? I hear somebody. Darby? She's been on hold an hour, Adam.
All right, hold on. That's all right. All right.
No, she's calling her friends about a slumber party right now.
She's there. Listen.
Hello?
You hear her breathing?
Yeah, Darby's sleeping.
Darby's sleeping.
All right, what should we do with Darby?
No way.
Do you want to give her some...
subliminal suggestions? All right, I'll do a quick one. I don't want to get too long. All right, hold on a second. Darby, this is the voice of Jesus Christ. I command you to wet yourself. Soil the sofa that you're on. and it will be good. Okay.
That's very subliminal.
Yeah.
God.
No, believe me,
Keep
she'll
checking,
do it.
see if she wakes up. Lisa, keep checking on her.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Well, people get on hold for a long time, and the show's not that exciting. They're just not off. But there'll be no one nodding off to Polly tomorrow night at 9:30 because you'll be in that skimpy miniskirt. Mike, 23.
Yeah.
Hey.
My question really is about sexual maturity. I never really finished puberty.
What do you mean?
I was wondering if.
What does that mean?
Well, I don't have like I don't grow any facial hair. I don't have any hair in my armpits. I never grew, if you know what I mean.
Do you have pubic hair?
Very, very little. Like I started to go into puberty when I was about 13. And
you need to see an endocrinologist. Absolutely. You've never seen a doctor about this?
No, I've never heard of it before.
Mike,
and I never.
it's not an uncommon thing. It is a medical problem, and it needs to be dealt with. How tall are you?
5'9".
Okay. And
That's about how tall I was.
do you have normal sexual functioning?
Yeah, but not. I mean, not.
Doesn't seem like it's quite what it should be.
Right.
Go see an endocrinologist. Type of doctor called an endocrinologist, okay? Very important. There may be things they can do to sort of bring things along.
There's a gland thing, right?
Possibly. This is a pretty complex issue. Yeah.
Another thing I was wondering too is right about that time my weight started to pick up a lot, and like.
Are you way overweight?
Yeah, and I was wondering if that.
Well, that can, because adipose tissue, fat tissue, actually produces estrogen.
Thyroid.
Well, a lot of possibilities.
I'm going with thyroid.
I've been checked for thyroid, and it's not.
No.
Yeah, you should see an endocrinologist. But the fat tissue, if you're actually obese, can produce sufficient amounts of estrogen to estrogenize a woman. If a male, that is, you can get breast.
Is that why real overweight guys seem more feminine?
Yes.
Sometimes?
Yes.
Know what I'm saying?
Yes. Because they are.
Oh, okay. Mike.
I was wondering about that because I heard that they like sometimes purposely did that to sumo wrestlers in Japan, like did something to them to where they never finish maturing sexually, and that makes them get real big and everything.
Right.
Oh, really?
But Mike, go see an endocrinologist, okay? This could be, if indeed there is some delay or arrest of appropriate hormonal production, it can affect your bone development, calcium deposition, a lot of things. Can be affected by this other than your sexual function. It's a very important thing to check out. Okay?
All right. And Charlotte, do you see who's on the other end when you girls are making fun of the guys with the small penises? They're people like Mike. Do you understand?
That's
why
people,
it's not right what you guys
like
do.
Mike. That's not true. Mike could be very well endowed for all we know.
No, he said he wasn't. Holding
he
up.
He didn't have very much pubic
no,
hair. He didn't say he was not.
No,
I bet
no.
he's.
Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Mike's back. Mike.
Hello?
Small Willie?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine, but he might know how to use it fabulously. I'm not
No.
gonna. Don't put me on the.
Holding the fork up, making fun of Mike.
No.
See what you girls get?
No.
Yes, that is the voice behind
Charlotte,
the fork.
Charlotte, you just were getting a little close to home for Adam when you talk about this stuff. You understand?
Yeah, really.
Oh, believe me, I could handle all 70 of you women. Not for very long, but I could do it. We're all.
Really?
But you were the best looking one out of the 7, weren't you?
No.
Come on, don't be modest. Seriously.
No.
And what'd you guys wear when you went to bed that night? Sleep naked? Did some of you sleep naked? Seriously.
I don't know. We were all separated throughout the house.
But you're drinking and stuff?
Uh-huh.
Starting to loosen up?
A little.
You
What are you getting at?
You didn't go off in a room with one or more of the girls?
No.
But it'd be okay. It'd be fine.
Oh, no.
Little something?
No,
You're very
not
lonely.
For me,
it's a very lonely
Just
time for
not
you, Charlotte.
for me. No, it's not.
It really is.
No,
Yes.
it's not.
You'll take comfort where you can find
No,
it.
it's
Oh,
not.
it isn't?
No,
Okay.
it's not.
All right.
God, I was about to say something.
Really? All
What?
right. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a woman, finding comfort in the arms of
All right,
another woman.
all right.
Women do experiment more than guys. That's
Charlotte,
fine.
don't feel that you have to put up with this. Don't worry. I mean, if it's,
No, she does.
if it
We're
goes too
plugging
far.
the poly.
All right.
All right.
Ed.
Hey, what's up?
What can we do for you?
Just a quick comment on two quick comments, real quick. First of all, the guy that was going out with the chick for 4 years and she, running out alone or whatever with their
yes,
friends.
Right.
Dude's seeing some big stop signs, and my advice to him is to check that out. Make sure he checks it out before he gets married.
Right.
Well, that's what we told him.
Okay.
Now, by the way, not to say it's not necessarily unhealthy for women to have male friends. It's his perspective of it that we were all sort of responding to. Who knows what the reality
there's
is?
nothing wrong with that, but if you're coming home 3 o'clock in the morning,
It's just
maybe you
suspicious.
gotta,
Suspicious.
Look
Yeah.
at that. Anyway, the reason I called was earlier you had talked about the guy selling 2 hits of acid at the Grateful Dead concert.
Right.
Give you a scenario real quick. That happened to me, and it wasn't a drug charge. It was a telephone harassment. I did 90 days over that.
What did you do?
Well, it was me and my ex-wife. Put a long story short, we were still married. I decided to move out, got my own apartment. She filed a restraining order on me. I filed one on her. She came and stole my car. We had 4 vehicles. We had decided that, we'd split everything up.
All right.
So she got 2 of the 2 best vehicles.
Well, yeah, Ed, we got about 1 minute.
After that, she came over and stole.
We got 1 minute. What'd you do to her on the phone?
Well, the deal was that she kept calling me up and harassing me. Okay,
And so
the
you
cops
went
would
to
never
jail?
do anything about it. So I called her back up one night and said, go to hell. Not in so many nice words, but basically that's what I said.
Did you threaten to kill her or anything?
No. I told her my exact words: F off.
Right.
Anyway.
All right. And there you go. 90 days in the clink. Right.
First offense, I'm sitting in the can with dudes that were, punted their wife out the front window, got less time than me, or guys that were on their 4th and 5th felonies that got less time than me.
Right.
30 days.
What was that like?
Hey, I was on a work release program, but I'd never been in trouble with the law before. But it is true. The 80s theme was let's send all the bad drug dealers to jail. And all they did is got the guy selling a bag of pot at a concert.
Right.
And the 90s theme is domestic violence, and the guy is the bad guy. It's always the guy.
All right, Ed.
My problem is
Ed, listen, we gotta go to break. I'm with you halfway on this one at least. All right, it is true, and the reason guys are the bad guys is because guys are usually the ones perpetrating the violence. Guys are usually the ones collecting the arsenals. Guys are the ones they don't start these paramilitary groups. It's not a bunch of chicks. You get a bunch of chicks together, it turns into a slumber party. You get a bunch of guys together, it turns into a paramilitary group. And we'll get more into this slumber party because I want to find out if there's any maneuvers going on during the slumber party. And Drew, you'll be elated that we're going to get deeper into the slumber party after the break.
I don't think they're aware of how much they suck.
Hey, that's not very nice. You kiss my mother with that mouth? I mean, your mother?
LoveLine will be right back.
All right, LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew, and we'll be back in 10 seconds.
This is LoveLine on radio station.
More LoveLine with Drew Adam and Charlotte Ross from Polly, and that will premiere tomorrow night. That would be Monday night on Fox at 9:30. Yes, the Fox people. Now, did you have to go through media training? Did you do any of that?
What do you mean media
She had
training?
different publicists.
Oh, okay. Drew and I had to do something called media training. When LoveLine was going to be on Fox,
right,
until like New World bought Fox and they dropped it, or Fox bought New World, or I don't know what happened. Just as long as it wasn't me. Everyone says it wasn't me, so I was screw
right,
it. Fine.
Right. Don't take it personally.
Right. I didn't care. But the thing was, we had to do something called media training.
Really?
Yeah, because Drew and I are a bunch of, we're just screw-offs from the radio, and they didn't want us, doing interviews.
So what did they tell you? Now sit like this and speak like this?
Now, how did that day go, Drew? This is very interesting. It was like early one morning, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they just...
and we'd been working hard.
They sat us down and had us do a bunch of practice interviews in front of a camera, and they had different styles of interviewers. hammering us, basically.
Right, and we went to
It's
a
the
room.
press junket. It's the press junket.
Yeah,
where you go in and you sit on a stage and they ask you all the questions about the
We'd
show.
already done that stuff. This was actually training us how to handle these different interviews.
Really? How'd you feel? Like an idiot?
Drew, how did I react to this experience?
Finally, they go. They ask something very aggressive, and he goes, "How do I feel about that?" They goes, "How do you feel about being?" I don't remember what it was. And Adam goes, "You really want to know how I feel about it? Do you really want to know? I could give a rat's."
Do you really bleep how I feel about it?
Well, I said I pronounced this a waste of time the second we walked in, didn't I, Drew?
Yes, you did.
And then we sat down and we did these mock video auditions where they had just some stooge who was basically just like a reporter, and they actually set a camera up, and we actually did a mock interview, and then they played it back for us so we could examine it to see where we made our mistakes.
It's like a media training course.
That's what it was. And I walked in, and this is because I'm Nostradamus. I walked in at 9 in the morning. I looked around. I said, "This is a tremendous waste of time. I don't want to participate." They said, "You have to." We sat down.
Does this only happen to radio personalities?
I guess so, because we're idiots from the radio. And and Drew, we did one interview. I said nothing. I just sat there and stared at my shoes the entire time.
Really?
And then we did another interview, and I told the guy to kiss my ass.
And you wonder why the show didn't continue.
Oh, maybe that was it. You may have something. But the point is I said it was a waste of time, and what was it, Drew?
A waste of time.
Total waste of time. So, what did we learn? I'm always right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Anything Adam says is the absolute
Thank
truth,
you.
and we should all follow it and bow down.
Complete waste of time. Total waste of time, and I said it then. Thank God I didn't waste an ounce of energy participating in that mockery. Ann, 17, you're on LoveLine.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Adam. Hi, Drew. I love your show.
Say hi to Charlotte.
Hi, Ann.
Hi.
Because we're going on a panty raid later on at Charlotte's house.
Ann, what's up?
Hi. I sort of have a problem. I feel guilty about something.
Mm-hmm.
A few years ago, I went out with this guy named, and anyway, I dumped him, and out of the blue, a few weeks ago, he shows up throwing rocks at my window, and it kind of scares me, and so I call the police on him, and I feel kind of guilty about it because he got into a lot of trouble with his family, and he didn't really mean to do, and he had a guitar out there. He was going to serenade me or something.
Oh, you mean he wasn't throwing rocks? He was it was a Romeo and Juliet thing.
He's trying to have you come to the window and see him?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I did. I found out who it was, and I was just like,
did you want to break up with the guy?
He's not my boyfriend. He's my ex-boyfriend.
But he sounds like he wanted to get back together with you. Did you not want to get back together with him?
No, I don't. He's
all right.
He's bad news.
All right. So so you have reason to be frightened. It's real important to put down a clear limit with this guy. It was not appropriate for him to do what he was doing. Yes, it was perhaps an overreaction, but at least it gives him the message real loud and clear. You didn't hurt him. Leave it at that. Don't sit around and feel guilty about it. It's okay. All right?
All right.
Okay.
All right, but if a guy wants to serenade you, I mean,
She said he's bad news. Who knows what the hell this guy's capable of? We don't know.
All right, but Charlotte, you'd cut off your right arm to have a guy come over with a guitar, wouldn't you?
Don't say that because he'll be Adam will
wake
be
up
upset.
at 4 a.m. listening to some bad singer.
Adam will be out there. Adam will be there.
I bought my love a cherry
Do you have
that
any
had
panties
no
from the slumber
stone.
party?
Yeah, I would just play the bass guitar. I would set it up there. All right, Dana.
Play Deep Purple out of it.
Bum, 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 bum. Dana.
Uh-huh.
You're 15.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hanging up now.
What?
What can we do for you?
Okay, I haven't had sex before, but I've been banged a couple times, and my boyfriend.
You mean talking about a finger thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not I haven't had sex.
Right.
But turn off the radio. But one of the guys that banged me, I guess he was joking or something, but he told me that I was real loose, and if I have sex with my boyfriend, what should I do if he thinks I'm loose?
Dana, first of all, you're not loose. He's not going to think you're loose. There's nothing This is a part of the women's anatomy that's designed to deliver a child. Nobody can make it loose, okay?
And whose his opinion is?
And why are you having this guys do this stuff to you? Is this something you enjoy?
I don't know.
No. You do know.
You want to gamble?
I've like blown him and stuff, but.
All right, we're gambling now, Dana. Dana, hold on a second.
Okay.
We're going to gamble on your upbringing.
Okay.
All right, Charlotte.
Don't look at me.
Well, I'm looking at you because you got to get some money out because we're gambling.
Okay.
Now, it's a LoveLine tradition.
Okay.
Now, we didn't get a chance to do this when we met you before, but now we're doing it because this is radio. Do you have any money? Do you have money?
Yeah, I have money.
All right, well, get $1 out, please.
Okay.
And get one out for me, too, because I only got 20.
I
Where's your dollar?
only have a 20.
Really?
Just kidding. No, I didn't bring my purse
Seriously,
in here.
get $1.
It's out in the hall.
Well, who's...
I'll write it on my hand that I'll give you $1 if I lose.
No. Drew, what about... who'd you come here with? I can't remember her name.
Friend Nicole.
Nicole. Where's Nicole? Nicole, come in here and bring some money.
Nicole, put your cigarette out. Come in here.
Nicole will give me $1. I got a 20. No, I got $1. All right, I got $1. We'll give Nicole to give you $1.
Okay.
All right, here's the situation. I think something's up with Dana.
Like what?
Well, that's what we're going to get into. I think that she's very casual with this bang thing, and, well, I blew the guy, and I think something's up with her. Do you think so, Drew?
I'll reserve my statement till you're
All right, I'll go
properly
first.
bet.
Okay.
All right, here's what I'm doing. We have to gamble now on her past, on her upbringing. Not where she is now, not where she's going, but how she was reared. And you can pick parents were alcoholics, you can pick divorced, you can pick many different things. I am going to go, well, I was going to go with sexual abuse, but if I went with sexual abuse, I bet she would have slept with these guys by now.
13?
Some form,
15.
she's 15. Some form of abuse. I'll go with physical abuse.
Okay.
All right, Charlotte.
Well, I think from what we know about her, which is very little, I think that she could be as normal as anybody could be.
You
and
can
she's
go with
just
that.
taking it slow, and just the word banging just sounds a little harsh, but she's leading up to having sex, so she's doing everything you do before you actually have intercourse, and I think that
she's
she's
Charlotte goes with
just
nothing special.
And then
Nothing special.
Nothing special wrong with
so
it.
I'm getting too analytical.
Yeah. Well, it's only a 2-hour show.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, you're going with normal environment.
Yeah.
Parents still together?
Most likely.
All right. It's in or out. It's black or white here.
No, they're divorced.
Parents divorced.
Nowadays.
Okay, how early? Before 10? After 10?
Before 10.
All right, before 8?
No, between 8 and 10.
Between 8 and 10. Okay, this is good. All right. Parents divorced between 8 and 10. I'm revising mine to verbal abuse.
No, you come
I can't. What are you going with?
Empathic failure. Parents are just not involved with this girl at all.
Bad parents.
At all.
All right, and I'm not going.
At all.
I'm not
parents
going.
maybe parents are like 28, 29, 30, something like that.
All right, young,
very,
all right.
very young parents.
Young parents. You're going divorce
Just
between
because
8
she
and 10.
gets finger screwed?
Please. And I'm. God knows only what happened to Charlotte. We'll get into that in a minute. But I'm going with. I'm going with verbal abuse.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Dana.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let's talk about your past.
Okay.
What? Where are your parents?
My parents are together.
They are together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. Are they young?
Yeah.
How old are they?
My mom's 32.
All right. That's
and
young.
my dad's like 33.
Okay. So your mom was like 17 or 16 when she was
this-
pregnant with you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Okay.
what I said. This is the stuff
Teenagers
we're
having,
going to see much more
having
of this.
teenagers.
Yep.
All right. Can teenagers have teenagers, or do they just have to have kids?
This is what we're having right now. This is.
I look
Dana,
forward to the day when teenagers have adults.
This is what I was picking up on with Dana. It's exactly what we're going to see a lot more of the next.
All right. Any abuse going on the home front?
Not necessary.
No.
Which, please,
It is
Drew.
abuse to be
I know you're already spending that money, but just relax for a second. No abuse?
No.
No verbal abuse?
No.
Your mom ever tell you to clean up your room?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's something. That's abuse.
Oh, man.
That's to the highest
Clean your
order,
room.
please. That's horrible.
Drew's right.
My God, you should be brought to a shelter. All right, so young. That was Dr. Joyce.
Joyce Brothers.
All right, so young parents.
Yeah.
All right.
Dr. Drew's right.
All right, Joyce. Drew takes the kitty on that one. All right, here's what's going on, and Drew sussed it out. God bless him. Your parents are young. They're not really, weren't necessarily prepared for the whole parenting role at age 16 and age 17, and they basically have let you, kind of run wild in your upbringing. And you should know, and you should feel better about yourself.
There you go. You should feel better about yourself, and you should have a lot more direction. You have a better sense of boundaries with people. You should understand more clearly what makes you happy in relationships. All this sort of physical experimentation you're getting into is going to get you into trouble and bring you a world of pain. Stand back from all that and just focus on having connections with people, having relationships. Hold off on all this other stuff if you possibly can until she has a relationship. I mean, if she...
Yeah, it's not necessarily an age, but I mean, it's more of a maturity emotionally than it is chronologically.
Yeah, and if she's with a guy for an extended period of time and they're developing feelings and a closeness where it's safe for her to go on, then fine.
And guys, don't be saying crap about women, and because believe me, they will toss and turn and never forget it. You insensitive guys that ruin it for all the rest of us guys out there by saying you're loose or you smell funny or your breath is bad or whatever it is. Knock that crap off. And women, they'll dry up like the Sahara when they hear this, and a guy will never get another shot at him. Believe me, you know it's true.
Maybe.
You're okay now, though, right, Shauna?
Yeah, I am.
You got over a tough relationship?
Maybe,
Yeah, you're back. All right.
I'm back.
And do you find, we can speak hypothetically here, that a woman's sexual drive increases as she gets older?
Yeah. That peak still seems like it's coming, actually.
Really? Yeah, well, they say the mid-30s.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you?
All right.
Past
no.
it.
Downhill slide.
It's been downhill since 1920?
Yeah, and the irony is I wasn't, there was no women at 19 or 20, so it's like basically like taking hold on, I'm trying to think. Taking Dizzy Gillespie's like best years and someone breaking his trumpet. You just sit home. That's what happened to me. I spent my prime masturbating. I really did.
And the rest of your time, too. So.
Now I spend the rest of my time masturbating, but I think it was just habit from my prime. That is going to be the title of my
How about you? Are you
first
single?
book. Yes.
Oh.
No, you looking for...
No, just wondering.
All right, well, maybe next time you throw a slumber party, you need like a towel boy or something, I could swing by.
Maybe.
Yeah, think about that. Come on, don't be so proud. You're all high and mighty now, but if the show doesn't go, you'll be back.
I want to be with you.
That's right. David, 14.
Hi. I was just wondering if it's normal to ejaculate long after sex.
What do you mean?
Like, I've been sexually active for about a year, and about 3 hours after sex, I ejaculate.
A second time?
Before I go to the bathroom.
Was that a second time or first time?
No, it's been happening it happens every once in a while. I was just
How come nobody can ever answer our questions, Drew? When you ejaculate, David, 3 hours after you have sex, would that be the second time you've ejaculated, or would that be the first time?
That is second.
Okay, so you ejaculated when you're having sex.
Yes.
And then you ejaculate later when you're going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
All right, that's called whacking off in the shower, David.
No, are you sure it's an orgasm the second time, or maybe just something else?
Good question. Is it?
No.
David, how old are you?
14.
When were you born?
82.
Okay, forget it.
What? Why are we laughing
He's
at
12
him?
and he made up the call.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, what the hell's he talking about? Yeah. All right, thank you, Drew. 82.
That was a joke?
It was just a bogus call. I can tell immediately when they're bogus.
I mean, listen, if you're going to make a bogus call up, then make up a good one, for Christ's sake.
Really? What is that all about?
Yeah, I mean, what kind of bogus? Well, it's just some people want to hear themselves on the radio. That's actually why I got on the radio.
Well, he'd like to come twice, I think.
Yeah, well, we all would. But it's not me anymore. I'm done with those days. My calf pulling days are over. I just am. No, there's nothing left.
No, that depends on who you...
Really?
I think so.
And by the way, he said 82, didn't he?
Yeah, I did.
Which would make him 16.
Right.
17.
No, wait a minute. 15.
15, excuse me.
Okay, Drew. Wait a minute. You could be born in 82 and be 14, couldn't you? Depending on what month you were born, right? All right,
boy,
but he still
big
stammered.
Mathematical question.
All right, but Drew, he's not 25 like you just suggested. Now, you're saying if I got with the right sexual partner, it could breathe a new life into my penis.
Absolutely.
You think so?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a period when I was dating a guy for a while. Near the end, I just thought I didn't have interest in sex, but really it was who I was with, and
Right.
because I found I did when I met someone else.
Well, absolutely. You're at your best. I mean, you're at your
Mhm.
most inspired at the beginning.
No, women though are
a new broom
particularly-
sweeps clean. The
No,
adage
I'm not
goes.
saying
Yes.
that. I'm saying it's
No, women are particularly that way. If they're not into it, they may not be aware they're not into it, but if they're not into it, they're not into it.
yeah, we're into the emotional
Right,
stuff, you know.
right.
We're,
Right. Not you.
Yes.
You don't even. You just put a sock in the guy's mouth and go at it. I know you. But listen, it is true that when a guy gets with a new woman, and same with the women, that you have to sort of put up a little bit. I mean, there's no, hey, I'm going to get off in 4 minutes, break, win, and watch Geraldo. That's not going to cut it.
But it shouldn't be true. You shouldn't be like judging on only sexual performance. But I mean,
But you want to, you see, a guy, I'll tell you what guys want to do.
what?
They know that the last sexual experience that the woman had was uninspired.
Why do they know that?
Because they know that you're coming off of a breakup and that you went out with someone for like 5 years and that the sex has been dropping off for the last 3 years.
So they're in a good position to start with, you mean?
So they come out and they're firing on all 8 cylinders and you're like, your toes are curling around and you're saying, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. Compared to what you did have, of course it's the
You're
greatest
saying
thing ever.
ultimately it always dissipates?
Ultimately, that guy will get into his comfort zone and
but the
start
comfort
dissipating
zone for
as
some
well.
people is like, you know.
Right. Some people have a little higher threshold for comfort,
Mhm.
myself included. All right. Carol,
Yes.
28.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, Dr. Drew.
Yep.
I've been on the oral contraceptive pill Demulin for the
Mhm.
past 2 years.
Which one? The 135?
Oh, I think so. It's in the
Okay.
green packet.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And for a year and a half, I had no problems, but the last 3 or 4 months, I've noticed this dramatic increase in facial hair.
Mhm.
It's really awful. I mean,
Mhm,
I've never had this before, but it's under my nose, on my chin.
Okay, you need to talk to your doctor about changing pills.
Well, okay.
For sure.
She put me on orthotricycline.
Okay.
Do you think that will make it go away?
It could easily. I don't know about go away, but it certainly could prevent it from getting worse, and it should get better.
Meaning if you got rid of the hair that
Yeah,
was
it's-
already produced.
It's the progesterone in the pills that tend to add to the these sort of what are called androgenizing effects, male type hormone effects.
I need to get on some of those progesterones.
Nah.
Or what? I got too much man in me. That's my problem.
What does that mean?
It's just what I was thinking.
I got too much hair on me and stuff.
You're really hairy.
You need estrogen.
Got a hairy
Yeah,
back?
I need estrogen. Yeah. No, I don't have a hairy back. No hair on my back.
Well,
but it all slid down to my ass. I think it was on my back, and then the big quake hit in '94,
Oh my
and it slid
God.
right down to my crack.
Ooh, that's sexy.
That repulses you, doesn't it? Do you find that repugnant?
What if I told you I had a hairy ass? Would that
Really?
turn you on?
It would if it meant you were going to show it to me. But seriously,
I'll show you my hairy ass.
will
Show
you?
you.
I would show you my hairy ass, but you wouldn't be able to sleep tonight.
I'd have a nightmare.
No, but my back is baby soft. You
My
know,
ex-boyfriend had a rug on his back.
on his back. You didn't like that,
I never thought I'd fall in love with someone who had a hairy back. No, but it happens.
but you did. But what about his ass?
It was hair-free.
Really? What is
Well-
up with that? A lot of guys have that.
Why? Or more? You think a lot of men have hairy asses?
No. Just it's a certain breed of cat that has
Okay.
the black forest growing on his ass like I do. No, seriously, and I've done some research.
You're gonna start getting letters.
More guys have hairy backs than they have hairy asses.
I hope so.
And oftentimes, guys can have very hairy backs without a lick of hair on their asses.
Uh-huh.
But only a few guys have the hairy ass with a bare back. I have the hairy ass with the bare back.
Well, I think you should see a doctor. Don't you think, Dr. Drew? I mean, this is not normal.
Just a pretty heady discussion we're having here. Why don't we just get some commercials in here? Okay?
All right. My front side is perfect, though.
Really?
I'll show you that during the break.
I don't go in for these backdoor shenanigans. Shenanigans. Sex, drugs, rock and roll. Shenanigans. Chips, dips, chains, whips. Shenanigans. Basic high school orgy type of thing. LoveLine, I'll be right back. Shenanigans.
This is Pauly Shore, and right now you're listening to the Love Line with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
He didn't make any noise or anything. What's up with that? All right, phone number here on Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455, here with the lovely Charlotte Ross. Star of the show that's not named after her, Polly.
I know.
And what is he name? What's his name on the show? Polly something?
Pauly Sherman.
Yeah, why don't they just call him Polly? What is that with TV? Give me one of those things.
Oh, we wouldn't call him Pauly Shore because he's not playing himself entirely.
I see. Well, then just don't do it with don't do something that starts with an SH.
We were going to call it Mommy and Me, but there's a charity called Mommy and Me.
Oh, there is?
Mm-hmm.
What do they raise money for?
I'm not sure. I think it's something to do with mommies and children. No, I'm not.
No,
I'm
I'll
not
go
sure
for that.
specifically, but I think it is big and it's nationwide.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, don't screw with the mommies. Funniest comedy team on television for my money were the mommies.
Is that still on the air?
I think the mommies just never left the air, but people just quit caring. What is that, Engineer Mike? Oh, they do a talk show. Is that still on? Right. It's one of these great. Is it a daytime thing or morning thing? It's one of these things where it's like, well, we'll have it. In our next segment, we're going to talk about safety tips for school bus riding for your kids, and then we'll show you how to make a planter out of a coffee can.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes I sit home and I think, God, there's going to be a day when I'm going to be watching these shows and
actually, like running for a pad and pencil because you're taking measurements on the coffee can.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was going to read some email, but screw that because
She'd like to do a couple calls tonight.
Charlotte's. Yes. All right, Drew. Can you believe we get paid the same amount?
You?
Isn't it outrageous that I don't get paid twice as much as
That's not what she meant.
Oh, really? Don't cross me, baby.
Go ahead. Come on. Let's go. Mary, what can I do for you?
Hi. I was calling because for about the last year and a half, since I went on the birth control pill, I've been having pain either during or after I have sex, like a burning feeling, but it's not every time I do it, and I cannot figure out what it is.
It's
because first my doctor told me, oh, you need to use some more lubricant, so I used tons and tons of it. And
so
then
it's
she was
really it's like a vaginal irritation.
Yeah, it burns.
And do you guys use a condom or anything?
No, I'm on the pill.
You're on the pill.
It started when I stopped using condoms, and I really do not want to go back to doing that.
Huh. Have they done cultures?
No. What? Like, do you think it's an infection?
Well, it's possible. I mean, you get various infections in there. No, I don't necessarily think it is.
Well, it started when you stopped using condoms.
Right.
So maybe there's some sort of venereal disease.
Well,
do you clean after you...
No, I have regular pap smears, so I know.
Okay. But what's the cleaning? Hold on. What do you do with the cleaning?
I mean, after sex, you should, well, I shouldn't get, well,
go ahead.
Whatever. After sex, it's probably good to make sure that, you go to the bathroom and you're not like...
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Sort of flush things out?
It's not that you have burning with urination, is that right?
No.
It's that you just have a general... How long does it last for?
Till I fall asleep, usually.
Huh.
Oh.
Well, it still hurts then. You just don't know it.
The same partner?
Yeah.
God, you wonder if it could be some kind of reaction to his... potentially the semen. I've heard of
could be
allergic reactions, things like that. I mean,
I once threw up after I blew this guy.
The thing is, like, it's not every single time. Like, if I really want to be having sex, I can, like, talk myself out of having that feeling. And so sometimes I think, like, maybe it's, like, a stress-related reaction.
But how long has it been going on?
For on and off for a year and a half.
Oh, okay.
You can talk yourself out of it. That's very strange.
Go,
I
Drew.
can psych myself out of it, like, oh, it doesn't hurt.
Drew, do your thing.
Well, I don't want to go there too quickly. I mean, that's usually real serious pelvic pain. You're worrying about sexual abuse? Is that what you're talking about?
No.
What do you?
I was talking about how there's like some tightening up down there.
No, this is different. This is a different symptom though. She's saying it's like the lining is burning, right?
Yeah, it's like right around the
like a yeast infection.
Oh, but you don't think this could be a venereal disease?
Venereal in the sense that they could be passing something back and forth, and it could be an infection, but it's called a vaginitis typically.
But even if I get regular pap smears, do you think?
Yes, absolutely. They might not pick it up. You have to be cultured. That's not to do with the pap smear.
Can you culture a pap smear?
No. They're totally separate things.
I thought pap smear, they go in for cultures.
No, pap smear you go in with a brush and a stick
easel?
and you scrape the cervix.
Right.
That's it. Culture, you're going with a culture medium and you culture.
Oh.
And if you don't...
Come on, Charlie. Know your vagina, please. It's embarrassing.
I'm sorry.
What's that, Mary?
I don't think that this is that rare because I've talked to my friends about it, and they're like, oh, I have that too. So I think it's like some common thing.
I could imagine irritation afterwards, but you really...
Maybe raw. Maybe she's...
Right. That's what she was recommended to use more lubricants to begin with. That was sort of what the doctor told her. And Mary, I don't know if we can speculate beyond that. I mean, go back in.
Get a culture.
Get a culture. Make it clear to the doctor that it's really something that is disturbing to you. It's very peculiar that you can talk yourself out of it. That we all of us jump immediately to the notion that this is psychologically based, and a lot of pelvic pain can be, but usually not burning. What?
All right.
You look very disappointed, Adam.
I was trying to think if I ever had any pelvic pain. I could have that, right? Could I?
No.
I couldn't?
You could have pelvic pain, but not vaginal burning.
Okay. I'm really I couldn't. Okay, let me think about that. I'm the picture of health, by the way.
You are?
Charlotte, yes. I have no difficulties. I never go to the doctor. I have a little
You can't.
What do I have? The hernia.
And you've got that
You have a hernia?
that fistula that keeps forming.
No, I do not have that fistula that keeps forming.
Where's your hernia?
You want me to show it to you?
No.
You know where it is, Dr. Drew?
Yeah, he keeps trying to get me to take care of him. It's just not really.
I won't even look at it.
It's not right. It's not right.
It's a little bulge right at the pube line. It's kind of cool.
Pube line.
It'll bring you luck if you rub it.
Oh, it's such a pretty picture.
All right. It's just the body, I'm a sick man. You shouldn't be laughing. It could burst and I could go at any time now.
Oh, yeah. No.
Travis, 22.
Yeah. Got a question for you. I've been with the same girl for 3 years. The first year and a half was perfect. We was always happy, always went out and done things. But after that, we ended up getting engaged, and it's like things went downhill. She wanted to take too much control. It seemed like I had the urge to go out with other girls. Is there anything wrong with that, or?
Yeah. If you're gonna get married, what do you mean take control? What does that mean?
If I wanted just to go out with my friends or something.
No. What is this urge to take control that she had? What does that mean?
He's saying when he goes out with his friends.
Just to rule everything I do.
Rule over everything you do.
Right.
Maybe you're just not ready to get married.
We wasn't really going to.
Guys having a run on Chico sticks there, Travis?
Rush on that.
Where are you working?
Oh, gas station.
Oh, God.
How's
I can
that
hear
going?
It ringing up.
He's concentrating there, Adam. Let him finish his transaction. Yeah.
Okay. It's just that she if I do, or if I ask her to do anything at all fun, or go out with my friends, I always get a guilt trip. And it makes me feel bad that I had to lie to my friends or say something stupid to my friends so they don't think bad of her. I guess I'm really unhappy.
Have you told her about this?
Yeah.
What does she say?
Guilt trip, basically.
All right. Well, don't get married.
Don't get married. How many kids do you have?
None.
Really? Travis, you're in the running for the Adam Carolla Golden Condom of the month, and you're even up there for the Norplant Medallion. At least your girlfriend is. This is wonderful. Please, no children, and don't get married.
No,
Not yet.
You don't have to break up with your girlfriend, but don't get married till you straighten these things out.
You can maybe just explain to her how serious these feelings are that you have, and what you can do together to work on them. And if she's not at all cooperative, then you have to take steps that way.
And Charlotte, you said something I think is pretty astute, and that is what you can do together to work on her feelings. And that is, she really feels insecure and needs to feel supported and loved. And there may be things that you can do that you are feeling about her, that if you express them more clearly to her, she'd feel more secure and wouldn't be on your case so much.
Yeah, so everyone stop reacting to everything and start seeing what you can do to make things better.
It's easier said
Everyone
than
just
done,
reacts. I know. You ever been married?
No.
No. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Surprised. A little jewel like you wasn't plucked up earlier.
I know. I was getting worried. A few people have said that to me.
You've had many proposals, I'm sure.
No.
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 The last guy with the rug on his back never proposed?
No.
No. He's probably too insecure about the hair thing.
Maybe.
Did you want to marry him?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. It was probably
Maybe.
best you did.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Mhm.
I know so.
Were the other girls at the slumber party married?
No.
All single?
Not yet. They're all ripe for the picking.
Right. Jeez, I wish I could have had one of those little 7-Eleven cameras up in the corner of the living room and maybe one in the bathroom.
Can I have her number and her number?
These cameras.
Yeah. Chris, 34.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, I had a couple questions for you. One for Adam and one for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Adam, have you ever been compared to Howard Stern?
No.
I just that was not meant to be offensive to either you or Howard Stern.
No, I understand. I think the guy's funny. It never really comes up.
Is that because Adam's a flirt?
I'm sorry?
Is that because Adam's a flirt?
Well, the voice is similar because I've listened to your show for
It
about
comes
a year
up once in a while. Come on.
Hello?
Every once in a while, somebody will say something. Not directly.
Someone will call up me on Howard Stern rules or something, or
But he hasn't commented on my has he?
I like you and Howard Stern or something like that. But
Right,
people
right.
don't really
Not make explicit comparisons. That's
no.
true. Yeah.
Other than we're both a-holes on the radio.
Yes.
Well, there is a difference in that you don't make what seem to be real derisive or comments about the guest's anatomy, like Howard does sometimes, like say things like, "Oh yeah, you want to come over and do me," type of thing. You
Well-
don't do that. But the voice is similar. I just wondered if anyone ever made that comment.
No, but if they do, I'll say that you did it first, Chris. I did get Donna D'Erico to pull up her top, and that's about as close to that as I got.
The one from Baywatch.
Yes.
Okay, I will listen to that show.
Okay.
The other question was for Dr. Drew. and
Chris.
This was on methamphetamine use.
Yeah.
A friend of mine that had been coming, I guess she's in rehab now,
Good.
and I met her at church. And I was curious, she had told me, I guess, basically she just sleeps. And she slept for, honestly, 2 weeks straight, did nothing but sleep for 2 weeks. And I wondered if that was normal, abnormal.
When someone's coming off meth crystal or smoking meth, really.
I don't know how she was doing it.
That's a long detox for methamphetamine. Typically, people crash about 2 to 4 days.
Right.
And they are out of it. I mean, they are asleep. We have to get them up and get them to the bathroom and make them drink fluids or even put them on an IV.
So she probably didn't really sleep for 2 weeks. She just thought she did.
Right. I bet she slept for about 5 to 7 days and then was out of it for another week. And she, we're talking about big time amphetamine abuse or a dependency to create that kind of a come down.
Right.
Crash.
What's the word I've heard you
Crash.
use?
Crash.
It's not addiction.
True. Say crash again, would you?
Is the person addicted to it? Is methamphetamine considered an addiction, or is it considered habitual?
Hold on, it's my turn.
It's
Crash.
It's profoundly addictive.
Okay, so it is addictive as opposed to
profoundly.
habituation.
Habituation, I'm not sure is a term that I would use at all.
Why not? Because someone else used it before you and you were jealous?
Because
Drew doesn't like when other people bandy about big words.
No.
He thinks
because I don't
education and vocabulary strictly for doctors, and if anyone uses it before he gets all puffy about it.
I just think that we have addiction, dependency, abuse, and use, and that really is as much vocabulary as I need to describe the diseases that we deal with.
Right.
And habituation is somewhere between addiction and dependency, and I'm not quite sure why I need that term.
Okay. Well, see, if I said to Drew, well, it sounds like this individual is, oh man, I forgot the word.
Habituated.
No. If I said to you, oh, screw it. Yeah, I'm all flustered, Charlotte. You got me all going. I just lost my train of thought. All right. No, here's what. If I said to Drew, I think this youngster's ambivalent about their sexuality, Drew would say, no, they're just confused. Because he doesn't, which is really the same as ambivalence, he just doesn't like when someone uses a big word that he should have been using.
Well, that stems from insecurity.
Right.
I better leave now.
We'll talk about his childhood during the commercial when we come back. Drew, why don't you sell the hell out of the next call?
We're going to go to the next call because he has been on hold for 108 minutes.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, we'll see what he has to say.
All right.
I began to float up and away from my body.
Lady, you better get back here. If you're not here when LoveLine returns, they're going to be pissed.
Float. Float. Float.
More Loveline with Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew, and Charlotte Ross from Polly. Tomorrow night, Monday night, Fox, 9:30. Everybody watch this show. Make it a big success so that Charlotte doesn't have to sell herself out on the streets. No, she likes this role. You'll like the role. Charlotte wears mini dresses and stuff, and
try to be funny.
And tries to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And hell, if Married with Joan can stay on 25 years, you can certainly get 5 years out of this thing.
Amanda Bierce directed an episode. She plays the next door neighbor on Married with Children. She
Right.
was great.
Oh.
And actually, Christina Applegate did a great role on it.
Oh, really?
A couple weeks, yeah.
And they and Married whoever
and
the guy.
Dionne Warwick and Eric Estrada.
Now, what was Dionne Warwick on there?
She came on, and Polly had a joke about, wait, what am I thinking, Dionne? So she was actually kind of making fun of herself and the psychic hotline, I think.
Good, because it's despicable, those things, really. Hey, let's prey on poor people. Hey, there's a calling in life. Hey, I think here's what I do for a living. I get rich off of stupid poor people.
No.
That's what she does for a living.
You don't believe in psychics at all?
Not her psychics.
Not the ones you call in at the 976?
I wouldn't. Ella Fitzgerald's psychics, I would believe it, but not Dionne Warwick.
Really?
No, please. First off, there are not that many good psychics around, if there is such a thing anyway.
Have you ever had your cards read, Tara?
We had
Kenny
Kingston come in here. Sweet Spirit. Yeah, I don't know if you know Kenny.
No.
You've seen Kenny. He does the same late night BS that Dionne Warwick does. He goes.
Oh.
He goes. Where'd he go to? The Rock. The Rock.
Oh,
Drew.
right, that's right, Alcatraz.
Alcatraz, yes.
Oh.
And then he went. He went to the Queen Mary, and he sniffs around, and he feels psychic energy and
a
stuff.
bunch of
What did he say about Alcatraz?
Famous people lived in your house too.
Yeah, he offered to for $300, I think. He came over and he said, "I will exorcise your house. I will get out any unwanted demons from your house."
Did you take him up on it?
No, I said, "Kenny, if you come over, the only buddy I want out of my house would be you." So $300 for you to show up and leave?
That's so interesting. Like, he says there might be a bad spirit in your house that's causing you, like, for the reason you're still single or something. I'm just kidding.
I'm not in my house, but I know there's a bad spirit in my house because someone took a crap in my tub. I didn't. You don't know about this, but my house is a total disaster, and it's 75
Just some random
years old.
person took a crap in your...
I didn't have the crap analyzed at the lab. I'm guessing it was a random person. Could have been a family member. I really don't know. But the point is my house is wide open because it's being torn apart.
Oh.
And some crack addict went in there.
Are you
and
sure it was a humans?
A dog would not take no dog would take a dump in the tub, would he?
Yeah, why not?
My little Pekingese took a
Would your
dump in my
Pekingese,
shower the
crap?
other week.
Really?
Yeah, trying to hide it from me.
That dog is a genius.
Yeah, those Pekingese, they're devious.
Yeah, well, anyway, I don't believe in the whole psychic thing. Kenny's a nice guy, and he tells you some weird stories, and it's hard to argue with some of the bizarre stuff that they spit out. But in general, no, and certainly not Dionne Warwick's buddies. And basically, it is preying upon the stupid. That's what it is. They're vultures who take money
All
from
right.
people that don't have
Let's go
money.
on.
It's the same with the lottery, people.
All right.
Let's take people, look, hammer a welfare check and spend it on lottery. That's what you're doing. That's what the lottery is.
Oh,
Taking money from people that don't have money, and that's why the government is hypocritical. You can't gamble on a You can't gamble on a football game, but go ahead and gamble on the lottery because your odds of winning in a lottery are 0. They're 10 billion to 1. It's despicable, this lottery. And where's all the money? School system.
Well, it's
Come on.
hard because there always is someone who wins.
Yeah, some idiot. That's how you know. They're all idiots. And believe me, and it's a horrible message. So let's talk about this lottery for a second. Here's what you're saying when you're offering a lottery. You have no chance of doing anything with your life. You'll never see more than $5,000, and you're a loser. Your only chance is to put a buck down when you're buying a pack of Pall Malls, and maybe, just maybe, you could get yourself out of the hell that you've created.
Right, I
It's a
understand.
horrible message. And it's saying gambling is fine. And it's why everyone tells the government to F off. The government wants people to listen to them and not gamble on this and not gamble on that. So horse racing, legal. Lottery, legal. Football, illegal. Well, that makes perfect sense. Of course no one listens to them. Alcohol, caffeine, Nicotine, legal. Marijuana, illegal. No one's going to listen to you. And that's what we've created here.
Right on.
All right. I'm done being fired up. I always come in Sunday night. I'm always fired up. All right. Matt?
Yeah.
He's been on hold for 118 minutes. His name is Matt.
Yeah, I have patience, so. My girlfriend and I have been together for 2 years. We're envy of everybody that we go to school with.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because you're so fabulous?
Because they're just amazed in how well we get together and how long we've been together.
So your relationship is good. That's what
Yeah.
they're envious about. All right.
Now, she's 17, I'm 18, and she wants to start tanning.
Tanning salon.
Yeah.
Competitively?
And I just want to know, like, the tanning, is there, like, any way they can get, like, any breast cancer or any kind of...
Well, you might be at some risk of skin cancers and more rapid aging of the skin. I mean, although they sort of suggest that maybe it's not as bad from a tanning booth as from the sun, the science doesn't necessarily back that up.
But what is the ray thing, Drew? They got the UV ray, and then there's
They
the
have A and B and
LUV ray or
Yeah.
something.
It's all an energy of radiation that can get into the skin and screw up the elastic fibers just underneath the skin that create wrinkles. And probably any UV radiation is going to increase your risk of skin cancers, but they not need necessarily be dangerous skin cancers. And it's hard to predict how much of an impact that's actually going to have.
Is she a dark-skinned girl?
No.
I mean, that's a stupid question.
No,
is
it's a
she
good
a
question.
fair-skinned girl, I should ask?
No. She's pretty much like a pale skin.
So her risk...
I would consider that fair, by the way.
Yeah, her risks of more serious kinds of skin cancers can be higher.
Right. Because Whitey, the albino people, were not meant to be out in the sun.
Right.
It's look into the history. Darker skinned people come from places where there's more sun exposure, right?
Yep.
You got to be darker, otherwise you'd fry out there.
Or you get cancers.
My mom is like albino.
Really?
But my dad is a real Goomba type. So I can go out in the sun. My sister can't. It's kind of weird. She'll fry in a second,
Gotta
turn
meet
like
your
a
sister.
tomato.
It's a lot intrigue.
Oh, my sister just had a kid.
I know. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. My
When?
uncle. I don't know. It was no, it was like 2-3 days ago.
Oh.
Yes, she's in Germany.
She's coming out?
I don't know. Yeah,
Did
she'll
they
be
name
out
him?
soon enough.
By the way,
I don't know. I got to look into all this.
I want to meet your
you're
sister.
so close with your family.
Well,
I want to go out to dinner with you. Thanks for standing us up the other night.
Right.
And a lot of things we got to...
All right. Well, we
listen,
got to get my sister in here.
Oh, don't cry.
She's a bigger pain in the ass than I am. But so I want to congratulate her on that, even though she's in Germany and has no idea we're talking about it. I love bikini lines, though. And I know Drew won't admit this because he's not a man, but guys love bikini lines.
Really?
Yes. I don't know what it is. It sounds bizarre. I mean, why the line?
Is that true with on your face, like with goggles from skiing?
Yeah, I love when they
Does that
smear
turn you on?
big coat of PABA on the nose, and it's just the nose is pink and the rest is tan. Oh,
Yeah.
no. I love a bikini line on a woman because it's the stuff I wasn't seeing when we were at the beach. It's the way I look at it. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's only when it's uncovered.
Yeah, otherwise I don't know it's there. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I love the
That's
bikini
interesting.
line.
Have you ever gone out with anybody who doesn't tan?
Yeah. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've been without the bikini line, but I do enjoy it. All right, Drew, what? Jason, 21.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Do you tan, Charlotte?
No.
No?
I fry.
Maybe we could spray a bikini line on you.
Yeah.
Let's try that later. I got
Uh-huh.
my bikini stencil in the car.
Whatever you say.
Oh. Jason?
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Good.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you guys got a great show going, and I like it a lot better than the TV show. I started out watching your TV show, and the radio is like 10 times better.
Well, the imagination.
I don't know. Maybe it's because we don't have to see your mug on there or something. I'm not sure.
That's another element.
But also, I wanted to comment on your spiel at the beginning of the show, and I totally agree with you, man. We got our values in the wrong place, or our priorities, I should say.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I agree with a lot of stuff you say on there too. I like your show, man.
Thank you.
Keep it going.
You drunk?
Huh?
Are you stoned or drunk?
No, neither.
Really?
No.
Heroin?
No, just tired.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, it's nice to hear from an adoring fan every once in a while.
Yes.
All right, we're going to go to break. When we come back, we will wrap up and wrap down with Charlotte.
Are you sure it wasn't a prank?
One last... someone put him up to it. My agent. One last plug for Polly, and then we'll be out of here.
Why don't you try rapping it this time?
Yo, kick some flavor and stuff, and LoveLine will be right back in a minute.
I'm sorry, that was really bad.
You're just not street like me.
Hi, this is Psychic Kenny Kingston, and you're listening to LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, sweet spirit. And it's almost time to have Kenny back on the show. Those are the biggest nights we have, because no matter what anyone says about the psychics, people are so narcissistic. They're so interested. They could be going, I'm telling you, Kenny will sit here and you could be going, listen, Kenny, I don't buy a word of this crap. I'm an atheist. I believe that nothing goes on other than what you can see, touch, taste, or feel. And he'll go, give me your hand. And he'll touch his hand and he'll go, you're very creative, aren't you? And you'll go, yes.
Something really
yes, I am.
That covers everybody.
Right. Here's how they work.
So
they
easy to fall into.
They go, and they can't really do it to an actor because an actress, because that's what you're doing. But they'll go, you're a very creative person, but your job right now is not fulfilling that. Am I right? Yes.
Right.
And there's two of you. There's a side of you that people see and that people know at work, but there's another side of you that no one will ever know.
Anybody.
Yes. Oh, yes. That is so me. Yes.
That's funny.
All right, and you're deceptively handsome. Yes, you're right. People don't know how handsome I am, Kenny. All right, Charlotte Ross. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was fun.
You are a role model guest.
Really?
Yes, you are the guest. We want all other guests should pattern
And anybody that takes
themselves
abuse and as good-natured a way as you did.
Oh,
it was not abuse. Yeah, you hear that? Then I'll put words in her mouth. We merely had a fun time tonight, and I appreciate that. And for that, I will command everyone to watch Polly tomorrow night, Monday night on Fox at 9:30.
Yay!
All right. Enjoy. Hope it's a big success, and thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
Dr. Drew is right.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed herein are certainly opinions, that's for sure. If you'd like a written transcript of today's program, you probably should have written it down yourself. And if you did, we'd like a copy. LoveLine producer Ann Wilkins.
This broadcast was copyright 1997 Westwood One Entertainment. This music is MXPX on Tooth and Nail Records.
Sit, Obo. Obo, stop dragging your butt across the carpet.